Hello everyone, welcome to Tech and Target. I am Hemant here, and in this video we will be discussing the previous year KPIT aptitude questions. So without any further ado, let's get started. So here is the first question. So here is the first question. So it says that Rajiv scores 55% of marks in eight papers of 100 marks each. If he scores 15% of his total marks in the science subject, how much does he score in science? So first of all, we see that the given data says that. So first we'll write the given data. So what they have given is, so there are totally 8 subjects and each of the subject is having 100 marks each, right? So if this is the case, then the total number of marks will be, so 8 into 100, so that will be 800 marks, right? So this is the total number of marks, and they say that Rajiv is scoring 55% marks, right? So what is the 55%? So 55% is nothing but 55 by 100 into, no, 55 by 100, yes. So 55 by 100 into 800 marks. So if you cancel these, both of these things, then it is 55 into 8, which is 0, and 8 5s are 40, and then 44. So this is actually 440 marks. So this is the 55% of the total marks. But what they are asking is, if he scores 15% of his total marks in science subject, what is the number of marks he scores in that subject? So they say that 15% of this total marks that he has got, in that 15% he scored in science subject, we have to find out what is the number of marks that he has got. So we have to convert this 15% into the actual marks. So how do we do that? So it's basically simple. So we just have to write 15 by 100. 15% means 15 by 100 out of 440 marks. So if we cancel 0, then 0 gets cancelled. 5 3s are 15 and 5 2s are 10, and this 22. So which will be 66. So 66 marks he scored in the science subject. So the option B is the right answer for this question. So that's it for this question. So initially from the given data, we see that 8 papers will be there of 100 marks each. So total marks will be 8 into 100, so 800 marks, and he scored 55% marks. So out of 800, 55% means 55 by 100 into 800. So that will be 440 marks. And then out of these 440 marks, 15% of this marks were scored in science subject. Now we have to convert that 15% into an actual number. So for that reason, we will write 15 by 100, which is 15% out of 440. For that, we'll write into 440. So if we cancel each other and simplify this, we'll get 66 marks. So that's the solution for this question. So let's move on to the second one. So this says that there are 40 students in a class, out of which 14 are taking mathematics and 29 are taking biology. So what is the probability that a chosen student from this group is taking only biology? So this is the key information here. They're asking, the first thing is they're asking about the probability, and apart from that, they're asking only biology, not both mathematics or biology, but instead they're asking only about biology. A student a student who is taking only biology, right? So first of all, if we consider according to the sets, so what happens is, so number of students that are studying mathematics is actually 14 students, and number of students that are actually studying biology, so that is 29 students. Now total number of students or number of students learning either of these subjects, that is number of students learning mathematics or biology, will be, that is they are given that there are 40 students in a class, so that M union B will be 40. Now we have to find out what is the probability that a chosen student from this group is taking only biology. So, but before finding the probability, let us find out number of students who are actually only learning biology, right? So we have to find out M intersection B, right? So we have to find out uh, who are reading both mathematics as well as biology, and also we have to find out. So from this answer, we'll be able to find out number of people only biology, right? So the so from this we have to find out number of people who are reading only biology, not mathematics. So that we will be denoting using, right, number of people only biology is equal to question mark. So this is what we have to find out, and then we have to find the probability, right? Now see, so we have a formula in probability, right? So in the set theory we studied that. So A union B is equal to A plus B minus A intersection B. So that is, so N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B, which is, basically number of students here in our case, right? But instead of A union B, we want A intersection B. So if we move this the left side, so this will become positive. So N of A intersection B will be N of A plus N of B and minus. So this positive sign, if we move it to the right side, that will become negative. So this now will be A union B, right? Now after this, what we'll do, what is N of A? N of A is 14. So 14 plus what is N of B? N of B is 29. So 29 minus what is N of A union B? A union B is 40. So 40. So 14 plus 29 is 43 minus 40. So N of A intersection B. So N of A intersection B will be 3, right? Now we got N of A intersection B as 3. Now if we write a Venn diagram for this, so this is mathematics, this is biology. Now in the mathematics, what is happening? There are 14 students who are taking mathematics, but it may consist of the students studying biology as well. So if we write the intersection part as 3, now what is the total number of students taking mathematics? It is 14. So 14 minus 3 is 11. So 11 students are studying only mathematics. Now coming to biology, there are 29 students who are studying biology. So 29 minus 3 is 26. So that 26 people are studying only biology and not mathematics, right? So now we have to find out this percentage or the probability, right? Now out of how many students? 40 students. Now these 26 students out of 40 students, we want to convert that into percentage. How do we do that? We'll just multiply it with 100. Now if we solve this, now this will turn out to be this 2 and this is 13 and this is 1 and this is 5 times. So 13 5s are 65. So the answer is 65%, which is option C. Now we'll move to the next question. So this is a kind of logical reasoning question. So they say that A runs faster than E but not as fast as G, and D runs faster than C but not as faster than B. Who is the fastest among them? So if we divide this question, so piece by piece, we see that A runs faster than E. So which means the speed of A is actually greater than E. Now if we see the person who is the who is the fastest among these two persons is A, right? Now we also see that, but he's not as fast as G. So which means, so D is actually greater than the speed of A. Now if we see the consideration, who is the fastest among these three people? So D is faster. Now the fastest among these three is D. Now they also say that D runs faster than C. So it means that so D is faster than C. Now if we consider all of these four, still D is the fastest person. but not as fast as B. So this means D is not as fast as B. So this means, so the person B is actually more faster compared to D. So if we consider B as a person here, then the speed of B is actually greater than D. So the fastest among these 5 persons, 1 2 3 4 5, so these 5 persons will be B, right? That is the question they are asking, who is the fastest among them. So the solution for it will be B. So option B is the right answer for this question. So we just have to divide the question into smaller chunks and we have to keep on finding the solution to it. So this is a kind of greedy kind of approach. You can solve however you want, right? Now we'll move on to the next question. So they say that 15 liters of mixture contains 20% of alcohol and 80% water, right? So there will be a total of 15 liters, and in that 15 liters 20% of alcohol will be there, and remaining 80% will be water. So, and they say that 3 liters of water is again mixed with the given mixture. What is the percentage of alcohol in the new mixture form? So first of all, the total mixture, that was 15 liters, and in that 20% will be alcohol, right? So first of all, they say that, so totally there is 15-liter mixture, out of which 20% is alcohol and 80% is your water, right? Now they say that and again for it 3 liter of water is again added, which makes the the total value of the water, the total mixture to be 15 liter plus 3 liter. So totally it will be 18 liter, and in that 18 liter we have to find out what is the percentage of alcohol in that given mixture, right? So that's what we have to find out. Now first of all, so initially we know that, so 15 liters of mixture was there, and in that 20% of alcohol was there. Now 20% of alcohol means what? So it is basically nothing but 20 by 100 into 15 liters. So if we cancel it, so 0 gets cancelled, so 2 times, and this is 3 times. So 5 2s are 10, 5 3s are 15. 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So the only thing that is remaining is 3 liters. So 20% alcohol means what? So there is only 3 liters of alcohol in the 15 liter mixture. And after adding 3 more liters of water, now this will become, the total mixture will now become 18 liters. And in that 18 liters, we have to find out this, what is the percentage of 3 liters in the total mixture, right? So if you want to find the percentage from given mixture, then what we have to do, we have to take the quantity of that particular alcohol, and then we have to divide it by the total mixture that is available, that into 100, right? Now 3 ones 3 6, and if you divide 100 divided by 6, then you will obviously get 16.6667 something percent, so which is nearly equal to 16.66%. So for that we can mark option A as correct answer for this. Now we'll move to the next question. So for every correct answer, 4 is awarded, but for a wrong answer, 2 is deducted. If there are total of 150 questions and Priya scores 480, then how many answers of her were correct? So they say that for each question, for each correct question, you will get 4 marks, right? If the marked answer is wrong, if that is wrong, then you will lose 2 marks of whatever you have got till now, right? And they say that there are totally 150 questions are there. 150 questions are there, and she answered all of them. And Priya, if she scores 480 marks, then how many are correct? We have to find out how many are correct, right? So to find out this, what we can do is, so we can generally come, come with a hypothesis that, so let us consider x be the number of questions that she solved correctly, right? X be the number of questions that she solved correctly. Then if that is the case, then what happens? So for each correct question, there will be 4 marks allotted. So 4 into x, right? So for x questions, 4 marks will be allotted. So this is the number of marks that she might have got for answering x number of questions. So this will call it equation 1. Now, if x questions out of 150 are solved correctly, then obviously what is the remaining number of questions? So that will be 150 minus x. So from the total, we will be subtracting the number of questions that were solved correctly. And for those questions, we have to, subtract 2 marks for each of them. So for that reason, we'll multiply it by 2 and we'll call it second equation. So what we are doing here, so there are x number of questions. So let us consider x number of questions were marked correctly. So for that, we'll get 4 into x. And what is the remaining number of questions? So out of the total, we'll subtract the x number of correctly answered questions, and then we'll multiply each of them with 2. So that the subtraction of the marks that she had got, and the marks that she had lose from these questions will be equal to 480, isn't it? So what do I mean by that? So I mean 4x minus 150 minus x into 2 will be equal to 480. So if we if we subtract the raw 2 times the number of questions that were solved wrong from the x number of questions that were solved multiplied with by 4. So because we are getting 4 marks for each correctly answered question, so from that, if we subtract the 2 times the number of questions that we have solved wrongly, then she will be getting 480 marks. So this is what we are doing here. So if we solve this equation, what will happen now? So this will be 4x minus 150. Okay, so first of all, we'll multiply it with 2, then we will multiply it with minus, right? So for that, now what will happen? So 150 into 2 will be 300 minus 2x will be 480. Now this 4x minus, if we subtract, if we multiply this, we'll get 4x minus 300, minus into minus becomes plus, then 2x, then will be equal to 480. Now, so 4x plus 2x will be 6x. So if we pass this 300 to the right side, this will now become 480 plus 300. Now this will be, so 480 plus 300, that will be 780 divided by 6. So this is nothing but 6 1s are 6, 6 3s are 18, and 0. So the value of x will be 130. So that's the solution to this question. So 130 number of questions were solved correctly. So option C is the right one here. So we'll move to the next question now. So this question says there are 200 questions in a 3-hour exam. So total number of questions will be 200. So there are 200 questions and time will be 3 hours. So 3 hours means what? How many minutes will be there? So 3 into 60 minutes. So 180 minutes will be there to solve the questions, which are 200 questions. So there are 50 mathematics problems, right? So there are 50 mathematical problems in this 200 questions. So it is suggested that twice as much time be spent on each mathematics problem as for each other question. So this is the most trickiest part in this question. Okay, we'll try to understand that with while we solve the problem. Now, after that, how many minutes should be spent on the mathematics problems total? So we have to find out what is the time that we have to spend on the mathematics problems finally, right? So what happens here? So they say that, so the trickiest part, if you go ahead and try to understand this, what they say there. So first of all, there will be 200 questions will be there. So 200 questions will be there. So out of which, so 50 questions are on mathematics. So 50 questions are on mathematics, and the remaining questions, that is 200 minus 50 questions, which will be 150, are on other subjects. Now they say that uh, on 150 questions, whatever the time that you will be spending, that you have to spend twice that number of times. That means, so if you spend 1 minute on each question of this question, 150 questions, you have to spend so equal 2 minutes on this 50 question, 2 minutes on each question of this mathematics. So what do I mean by this? Let's say, so if, okay, let us consider I spend X minutes, isn't it? So let us consider what do I do here? So let us consider I will be spending X minutes. Let us consider X minutes to be spent for each of 150 questions, right? So if I spend X minutes for each of these 150 questions, what will happen? Then the total time for this solving 150 questions will be 150x. So let us call this one equation number 1. So if I give x minutes for each of these 150 questions, then I should have to give twice the number of what they have told. So they say that, so we have to spend twice as much time we spent on each mathematics problem as for each other question. So if you spend X minutes on each question of 150 problems, then you have to spend so 2x time on the 50 questions of the mathematics problem. So this will be 100x, right? So this is we call equation number 2. Now if we solve, what will happen? So 100x plus this 150x. So what is the total time they have given? So they have given 3 hours, which is 180 minutes. So if we solve this equation, what will happen? So 100x plus 150x will be 250x will be 180, and x is equal to 180 by 250. Right, now this and this will get cancelled. Now the value of x will get as 18 by 25. Now, so what is the thing that we have to find out? We have to find out the value of 100 into x, because this is the time that is actually spent on the mathematics subject, right? So if we find out, so how to do that? We have to just multiply 100 with x value. So what is the value of x here? So x value we will get as 18 by 25. So if we write that as like this, so what will happen? So 25 ones and 25 fours. So 18 fours are 72. So totally we have to spend 72 minutes on the mathematics subject. So we can mark option B as the right option. So this is it for today. So thanks for attending the session. So we'll meet up in the next class. So till then, take care. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.